Alright guys, so this video is going to show you how to find the mean and median of a data set. I have my calculator on the side because we are going to need this, and I think it's going to give you the option to use a calculator when you actually do the question. So, as a review, the mean is the average, and to do that you add all the numbers together and then divide by the total number of data points. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Secondly, the median is the number in the middle of the data set. If there are two numbers in the middle, you find the average of those two numbers. So, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and do that. So the first thing that I would tell you to do with this question is, well, let's just start with the mean, okay? So the first thing it tells you to do is add all the numbers together, right? And then divide. So let's figure out how many numbers we have. So it tells that there are 7 cats, but let's just take the time and say, let's count how many numbers there are. Well, it says each of the cats in the pet store is weighed. What are their weights in pounds? Here are their weights in pounds. Find the mean and the median. Okay, so I have 7 cats. I'm just going to go double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a chunky cat. Anyway, so I have these 7 weights. So the first thing it tells me to do that I wrote down, it says add all the numbers together. So I have 12 plus 5 plus 8 plus 14 plus 7 plus 11 plus 7. So make sure I did that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So I have 64. Okay. So the second thing it tells you to do is to add all the numbers together and then divide by the total number of data points. And some people are like, well, what are the total number of data points? It gives you 7 weights, right? So you have 64, and you're going to divide by the number of data points. So, just review, I hit the division button, and there's 7 of those, okay? So, it gives me a number as a decimal, and it says, if necessary, round your answer to the nearest tenth. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to say 9.142. Okay, I know I haven't rounded yet, I'm getting there. Okay, so just as a review, the first okay, let me just go back. 1's place, 10's place, 100's place, 1,000's place. So if I'm rounding to the nearest tenth, I'm looking at this, I'm at that digit, that's my 10th place, and I'm looking at that digit. It is 4 or less, so I'm going to let my 1 rest, and it is going to be 9.1. So the mean of all the numbers that I have here, let me erase some of this. So the mean is 9.1. Okay, now that the first one's done, okay, and then it says find the median. So for this one, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to write your numbers in order. It is so important. You can't just say, oh, the number in the middle. These numbers aren't in order. So when you find the median, you have to order your numbers. Okay, you have to. If they're not in order for you already, then you have to order them. So I'm going to start with, I think is my lowest, and I have 5. I'm going to cross them out. Actually, I'm going to highlight them for you. So 5, and then I have 7, 7. And then I have 8, and then I have 11, I have 12, and then I have 14. I'm going to go back to make sure I didn't miss any. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have all my 7 data points. So with that, I am now going to say, okay, which one is in the middle? Okay, so I look back, it says if the number in the middle of the data set. So to do that, I'm going to highlight this again just so my numbers are still there. I'm going to cross, in quotes, cross out the 2 until I figure it out. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to say this one and that one, okay, this one and that one, and then this one and that one, okay. So I've done 3 on this side and 3 on that side. What number is in the middle? That leaves me what's left in the middle. There is an 8, okay. So my median is 8. So let's just say, it's not always going to be all that nice and easy. So let's just, let me go back. I don't want to erase that. So let's say that, let me carefully try and erase those. Let's say we add, I don't know, another 14 over here. Let's just say there was a list of 8. There isn't going to be a single middle number. So let's say, let me just show you. So I'll do 14, those 2, and then this one, and then I'm left with this. So that gives me 8 plus 11 is 19. And then I say 19 divided by 2, because that's finding the average of those 2 things. And that gives me 9.5. Okay, so whenever there's 2, you find the average of those 2 things, and that'll be your median. But that's only if there's an even number of data points, okay? When there's no middle, you just find the average of what those 2 are, okay? So, hopefully this was helpful. If it wasn't, let me know.